Hey, Chiefs Kingdom, Harrison Graham here on the Chiefs Report. We'll get into today's show in just a few moments, but first, we got a mailbag very, very soon, probably on Friday, so use hashtag Chiefs to get your questions on the show. The more questions, the better. That way I can choose the best ones. So go ahead, get your questions in down in the comment section. Use that hashtag Chiefs so I can find them easier, and I will answer as many as I can. So go ahead and type away. And with that being said, we got a lot of rumors to get into on today's Chiefs Report. Harrison Graham, your host, as always, here on the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Some news, some rumors, and we'll do a quick little preview of Sunday Night Football between the Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. But let's start with a little bit of humor, shall we? Tyreek Hill hopped on Inside the NFL on Showtime, one of their hour-long network shows that they do. HBO and Showtime, they do those little sports specials from time to time. And they asked him, what was your first impression of Patrick Mahomes in 2017? And you would think man, I noticed his strong arm, or he was funny or something just generic. He said he actually admitted that I thought he was trash, is what Tyreek said, which had the guys laughing in studio, and then he, went on to say that he was a completely different guy in year two. But here was the larger quote here, and producer Dylan is ready for me to say this second line here. I thought he was trash. I ain't gonna cap. I was like, this who y'all drafted? That second year, his quarterback mechanics were different. He was spending more time with his QB coach, spending more time with Coach Reed and learning the offense. It was like the dude was different. So obviously Mahomes, the Chiefs, if you follow these guys on Twitter, they have a lot of fun with one another. Here was Mahomes' response when he saw that Tyreek Hill called him, or thought he was trash when he first saw him his rookie year. It was the classic swaggy P, like, what the hell are you talking about, bro, meme. And then Tyreek Hill responded, I love you, bro. You a GOAT, man. And then, by the way, have you noticed a lot of the Chiefs players have the Mike Pennell headshot as their Twitter app? These guys have a lot of fun on social media. No shade being thrown between Mahomes and Hill here. It's all in good fun. But I did find that interesting that Tyreek Hill's first impressions were, this guy's kind of trash, but now he's the best player in the NFL. It's funny how things end up working out. If you think Mahomes will retire as the GOAT, like Tyreek Hill said he is the GOAT, type the GOAT emoji, or you can just type GOAT. Maybe you don't have the emoji keyboard set up for whatever reason. It's 2020. I don't know why you wouldn't, but type the GOAT emoji or just GOAT if you think Patrick Mahomes will retire as the GOAT when it's all said and done. Certainly not there yet. Has a long way to go, but he is well on his way. Something you should take advantage of is BetUS, because you can make a lot of money betting on Chiefs games all season long. Even if you're a safe, a conservative bettor, just bet the Chiefs money line. They've only lost one game this year. Go to chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Use that promo code Chiefs125. It's going to get you a 125% deposit bonus. And hey, Patrick Mahomes, he's going to win the MVP, it looks like. He has a major lead. I told you guys to throw money down when the odds were favoring Russell Wilson. I was like, Mahomes is coming in. What do you know? Minus 500 odds now. Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson still in the mix, but Patrick Mahomes is running away with this thing week in and week out. I expect him to win his second MVP in 3 years, and you can make some money betting on this, betting on Chiefs games and all kinds of stuff at chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Use that link. That's the way you can get that promo code of Chiefs125. And for you new customers, we've extended our jersey giveaway deal for new customers only through Sunday Night Football. So you got, 5 days left? Once you get going with BetUS, sign up with that link, chatsports.com/ChiefsBet, and use that promo code and place that first bet. Just email us, chiefs@chatsports.com, and we're going to hook you guys up with a free Chiefs jersey. We've got a ton available. Mahomes, Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, and several others as well. Get going with BetUS, and then email us, chiefs@chatsports.com. For you new customers, we can hook you guys up with a brand new Chiefs jersey. BetUS, make some money the rest of this football season. Now, more on this conversation of, Tyreek Hill, calling him a GOAT. Look at what the guy's done. 13,000 yards in 42 games, a 5-to-1, better than 5-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, and his quarterback rating, it's over 110. Yeah, he's pretty good, and yeah, I think Tyreek Hill would like to have that first impression back, because since Mahomes took over as the starter in 2018, he's been all right. I mean, 3,360 yards, 32 touchdowns, a long of 75, and several 50-plus yard touchdowns. Yeah, I think the Mahomes-Hill connection has worked out just fine, despite despite that first impression from Tyreek Hill. But, yeah, these guys are a lot of fun to watch. They have a lot of fun with each other, and that's why this team is so successful, because these guys aren't even worried about individual accolades. They like to have fun, they like to play ball, and they like to win games. And so I want to ask you guys this question. What is the better Chiefs team? Last year, the Super Bowl champs, or this year in 2020? If you think it's last year, type 2019. If you think it's this year, it's 2020. Certainly the jury's still out. Regular season-wise, I mean, you got to go this year, right? 12-4 last year, 10-1 this year. I think you would have to say 2020, but obviously last year's team won a Super Bowl. I'm curious to see what you guys think down in the comments section. All right, DeAndre Baker, is he a steal? And look, obviously on some level, unless he just can't make his way onto the field, I would say yes, right? Like, he signed to the practice squad a few weeks ago. He's still there, and they've done this strategically now, because to get an accrued season in the NFL, you must play in at least 6 games in a season. The most he will play this year is 5, because the Chiefs only have 5 games left and the postseason doesn't count. So they have very cheap team control over Baker for the next few years. They can basically keep him for the vet minimum through 2022. I thought Fansided had a pretty good breakdown on this, so I pulled a snippet from their little write-up on DeAndre Baker's contract situation, and they said the Chiefs have kept Baker on the practice squad long enough to keep this year from counting, because 1 accrued season equals 6 games. For Baker, the most he can play in 2020 is now 5 games. Already explained that. That means the Chiefs have 2 more full years with Baker under their complete control at likely a league minimum cost. They can offer him a contract of the league minimum, and he has to take it. That's the way this works. So they're in a really good spot here. Obviously, last year he wasn't that great of a player, but hey, I think the former first-round pick has a chance to be good, and they have him for very cheap. Now, do you want to see DeAndre Baker this season? Type Y for yes, type N for no. We'll see. I'd like to see him maybe week 16, week 17, once the Chiefs have potentially clinched some stuff. Obviously, the Steelers are still unbeaten. More on that later. But I'd like to see him get out there. I don't think we'll see him as like a full-time starter this year, but moving forward, this potentially could end up being a major, major steal. Now, DeAndre Baker was a high prospect coming out of Georgia. Pretty up and down for the Giants. Quite frankly, the first half of last year, he was not very good, but I thought he finished pretty strong. And I think he's got some upside. So I'm not saying he can be a number 1 corner, but could he come in and be a decent little outside corner for this team moving forward? Remember, Bashaud Breeland and Travarius Ward are both free agents after this year. It's possible one or both of these guys is gone. So you could be looking at L'Jarius Sneed and eventually DeAndre Baker as your 2 outside corners, with Rashad Fenton playing the nickel there. That could be the future at cornerback for Kansas City. They got some depth, they got some young options, and that is certainly a very good thing if you're a Chiefs fan. And if you are part of Chiefs Kingdom, if you love the Kansas City Chiefs, hit that subscribe button. It's that big red button right below the video that you are watching right now. I don't know what you're waiting for if you haven't subbed already. A lot of you guys watch our videos, but don't subscribe. I think the word subscribe scares people, but on YouTube, it's 100% free. So hit that big red button and turn on notifications so you never ever miss a video here on the Chiefs Report. We're closing in on 11,000 subs. Let's get there as fast as possible. Now, Kansas City is looking to go to 11-1 with a win this week, and they will host the Denver Broncos. We'll see what the quarterback situation ends up being with all that COVID mess, as Kendall Hinton had to play this past week. That was a disaster for Denver. 14-point favorites for Kansas City. Again, you can bet on that game at BetUS. But first, I'm going to ask you to predict the score for me. Type KC, or not predict the score. Who you got? You can throw your score predictions in there as well, but pick a team, throw your score in there, whatever it is. Type KC for Chiefs. Type DEN for the Denver Broncos. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And real quick, just want to remind you guys, you can bet on this game at BetUS. 14 points is a little high. I'm going to wait to see if this line moves. But considering the Broncos quarterback situation, I do think the Chiefs have a good chance of covering. Remember, if you want to play it safe, just bet the money line. No chance the Chiefs lose to Denver at home. Chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. I want to reemphasize that link. Use that promo code Chiefs125. And if you look at kind of further, kind of projecting ahead here, the Chiefs can actually clinch the AFC West this weekend if they win and the Raiders lose, which the Raiders aren't going to lose the Jets. But the point is, the Chiefs are about to clinch this division. And we said that 2 weeks ago, right? When the Chiefs beat the Raiders, the AFC West was over. So now for the Chiefs, it's more about chasing that number 1 seed. And you look at the current AFC playoff picture, Pittsburgh sitting there at 10-0. I do want to make a note. They play tonight against the Baltimore Ravens, who are currently 6-4. So you want to be cheering for Baltimore if you're trying to get that number 1 seed. KC at 10-1, obviously Tennessee and Buffalo in there as well. But I think the Chiefs have a chance to win out, and if they do, hopefully that's enough to supplant Pittsburgh. You look at the remaining schedules of both these teams. Already talked about the Broncos game this week. That's a game you should win. At Miami could be tricky, but I like their chances there. At New Orleans, probably the toughest game left, but we'll see if Drew Brees is ready by then. Atlanta, the Chargers, both at home. I think those are, if the Chiefs come out focused, you should win those games fairly easily. So 4-1 at worst, 5-0 is definitely much a possibility for the Kansas City Chiefs. You look at the Steelers remaining. Obviously, you got Baltimore tonight. That's a big game for both those teams, especially Baltimore, quite frankly. They will be without Lamar Jackson. Washington in Week 13, Pittsburgh's going to win that game. At Buffalo, that's the game probably if you're Kansas City fans. If the Ravens don't get it done tonight, you need the Bills to win that game in Week 14. Because then the final three, at Cincinnati, Joe Burrow's done for the year. That's going to be a cakewalk. Maybe Indy, but it's at home for Pittsburgh. And then at Cleveland, Browns are 8-3, but their point differential is minus 20-something. I think Pittsburgh will win that game. So it's very possible both these teams finish 15-1, and one of these teams don't get a first-round bye. So what do you guys think? Who will get the number 1 seed in the AFC? Type C for Chiefs, type S for Steelers. We'll leave you on this question. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. One more time, C for Chiefs or S for Steelers.